Hi everybody, I would like to welcome you to our first episode of Sundays in the Studio at home with the Art Gallery of Windsor. My name is Béla Varga. I'm a mixed media artist, and over the next 5 weeks we'll travel together through time examining and exploring some techniques and important moments of art history. Grab a paper and some charcoal and let's go back over 10,000 years where it all began in the caves of Lascaux. I just started here with a basic design or like an outline, so we have some idea of where we want to go with this drawing. But the cave drawings in Lascaux are some of the earliest examples of prehistoric art we found. The cave complex itself is filled with images of ancient animals, and some of those drawings are over 15,000 years old. Prehistoric man would have used these drawings, and they created them with simple tools. That's why today I'm using charcoal. They would chew it and then spray it out of their mouths, kind of like an old-fashioned spray paint, I guess, and they would use their hands as stencils. Their hands were tools for mark making, similar to how we would use like a ruler or a straight edge. So they would take the curves in their palm, they would find these lines and use them to define the shapes of these animals that they hunted. And the interesting thing about these drawings is that they didn't have anything for reference. They couldn't have had anything for reference, no reference photos. They weren't able to just hop on the internet, go to Google. They had to do everything by memory. So some of these drawings are over 5 meters tall, and we know those animals didn't really exist. They weren't actually 5 meters tall, but it's almost like an artistic license, I guess. They would express the size of these animals differently. Maybe it was to tell a story or to gratify the hunt. I don't know if that's a word. So we're just gonna go in, we're gonna get the rough outline. And today we're gonna be drawing a bull. Bulls were very common, especially in European cave art. The bull and the stag were the two most popular animals, I would say. Over 90 drawings of the stag were found in the Lascaux caves. And they were found when a boy went out into the French countryside with his dog, and they actually fell down into the cave complex and they got trapped. Luckily they found their way out, and these caves began to get excavated, and that's when they found a whole complex. So prehistoric man would have lived in these caves. They would have sought shelter in them. It's probably where they had communal meals or raised their families, found safety from the elements. At this time, 20,000, 15,000 years ago, where the Lascaux caves were found, there wasn't any built-up civilization, so the tools they had were still very, very primitive. And that's why we're going in today in using this method. Learning about art history and experiencing art history, they kind of go hand in hand, and it's a little bit fun to get messy. So, like I said earlier, don't worry about legs being misshapen or things aren't the correct size. We're gonna blend it out anyways to get that rough kind of smooth texture, I would say, that they would have recreated with these methods. So we're gonna do some horns here, because those are easily identifiable. Then we'll know what animal this is for sure. Side. Round up the thumb there. Down. So we have the base shape. Now we can just start adding little features. Like the eyes are very, very simple. We know has a snout. Can round that out. And then maybe just some simple patterns on the back. And there we have it. Our very own prehistoric cave drawing. Well, thanks for joining me today and getting your hands a little messy. Tune in next week and we'll visit the English countryside and you'll create your very own standing stone sculpture.